Hey, this is Notser, and we are looking at the Tier 6 Premium American Battleship Arizona. She has 12 356mm guns, 18 secondary guns, 41A defense rating, a surface detect of 14 kilometers, top speed 22.1 knots, total health 57,200. For my modules, reduce crit chance on main armament, increase main battery range, reduce the chance of flood and fire, improved acceleration. For my commander, situation awareness, faster turret traverse, superintendent, and advanced firing training. We are on the map straight, and yes, it's the Arizona. I'm sure you've seen 3, 4, 5 YouTube videos already, read 2 or 3 articles. I just don't release whenever the NDA drops. I follow a schedule, and hopefully you appreciate that schedule. Plus, it allows me to play the ship more and really understand it so I can share my thoughts. But you know what I would really love to share right now? I would love to share 356mm shells into the Kuma's broadside. He's moves right into it, right? Come on. Oh, 15,000. We let it off with a Citadel, which was great, but I couldn't finish the deal and one-shot the Kuma. But he felt it. He is not coming in this territory. No, sir. And the range is pretty good. Now, the base range without the module. Ooh, enemy Kuma. Let's go after the Kuma first, then we'll talk about the module. Okay, the Kuma's about 9 kilometers away. We're going to lead almost double, triple the readout of the seconds, and 3K. 3K, that's it? Well, that's better than nothing. It is AP, it overpenned. That's, what, 10%, right? So, yeah. If we had HE loaded, obviously I didn't know he would show himself. Who assumes that a Japanese destroyer is going to show himself? Oh, he's visible again. Yes, please. Yes, please. Trying to keep the cursor where we saw the friendly fire. It looks good. We're ready to go. We're going to blind fire this. It's probably a bad idea. And really? He moved forward? Or at least I didn't aim correctly. I felt like I held it true. Yeah. Oh, he shows up. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you, Kuma. And some of you going, no, not so. That's not the Kuma. It's the Kuma's fault, okay? Because he's still alive, he's able to channel energy into the Kamikaze R and avoid my shells. Now, I play as a tank or a healer 90% of the time when I'm in multiplayer. That's just, I feel like I'm a really good supportive role. I know how much I can improve my teammates' capabilities, and that's really what healers and tanks generally do in RPGs or what have you. So like a madman, I'm going to try and help the Cleveland. Help the Cleveland. He is going to die, not sir. Why are you doing this? Well, I felt like it was the right thing to do, okay? It's probably not the right thing to do, but that's what it felt like at the time, and yep, he eventually falls to the friendly, but look at what he's done. He has momentum in reverse. He's clogging up the one breakout that I was trying to use. I was going to cut into the island. As we're cutting, of course, we're going to try to take out the Kuma. Get rid of his channeling influence over the enemy. Nope. We still have the back guns, though, and they're rotating. And yes, I have to push the dead husk of the Cleveland out of the way, and it just won't budge that quickly. Come on, get out of the way, you fat ass. I mean, fat butt. Kids, you didn't hear anything there? We got to take the Kuma out, okay? It was a donkey, okay? He's a donkey. His name's Donkey, right? That's it. That's what I was referencing. Back guns are firing on the Kuma. Oh, are you kidding me? I can't handle this. Oh, well, I can handle that. Enemy Minikaze. It's right in front of me. Oh, this is going to be really bad. Oh, this is really bad. I'm not going to put out the fire because there are torpedoes incoming. Oh, the holiness of the aircraft carrier. He dropped his torpedoes. He took out the enemy. He's going to get one torpedo set off, and we're going to take it right on the nose, both sets. Okay, well, that hurt. But he was able to take him out before he got more than one set out. I'm going to live. At least I'm going to try to live. And I would normally go after B, but there's no way the enemies are going to allow me to take it. I mean, we got a New Mexico, a Bajoni, and the Bajoni, I'm sure, is firing on cooldown HE just to light me up because he's going. There's blood in the water. We gotta take him out. Take this Notzer guy out. He's in the Arizona. How dare he play a ship that's not available? We need to send a message. And, it'll be a better experience for you. But I will say, I have had so many people decide to fire on me. Oh, just to see how the ship works out, Notzer. That's what we're doing. You know, we want to test the armor. Yeah, sure you do. Sure you do. Okay, I understand. Yeah, I understand. And I'm going to test the New Mexico's armor. What the hell happened there? Did it, like, ricochet off? Did I not hit 2 shells at least on the target? I wish I could care more, but I have to run because the New Mexico, the Colorado, everyone, the Bajoni, they want to take me out. I'm already on fire. I'm going to burn for at least, 25 seconds until damage control. Please leave me alone, Bajoni. Please. You know what? You don't need to send a message. He continues to fire. He's actually outside of the detection, and yes, the New Mexico still sees me, still ready to fire. I have 2 fires on my ship. I use my heal in a last-ditch effort to stay alive, just in the nick of time, and the New Mexico don't hurt. Oh. Oh, man. We're barely alive. 1600 we dropped all the way down. We're still detected, though. The Bajoni can still light us up. Please don't light me up. Please leave me alone. Oh, detection dropped on. Are we okay? Are we okay? Bajoni's not firing. New Mexico's not firing. That Colorado, I think, is dead. Oh, okay. Well, that was a little stupid, Notzer. Don't ever do that again. I'm sorry, okay? I immediately regretted it the second I decided to support the Cleveland in his endeavors. We're going to engage the New Mexico. We just have a slight line of sight over the island, and we do almost 12,000 points of damage. The accuracy is one of the things you will notice. The shells will fly true more often than not in the Arizona. I think the best comparison is the New Mexico, right? Tier for tier, tier 6 U.S. battleships. The New Mexico is going to have a little bit better AA protection. It's going to be a little bit faster. You notice that with a signal flag that increases the speed, I just reach 22 knots, barely. She's a slow girl, but her main gun accuracy is very appealing. Plus, she has a little bit extra main gun range. Probably, 2 kilometers, I'd say? I think that's fair. It isn't critical that you have the range increase that is unique to the U.S. battleship line, but I would take it anyway. I tried the faster turret traverse. We took out the target. I did, 15,000 to it. I'm justified at trying to continue to get the kill. I know he was going to die to a fire, but look at how much damage I sustained. The whole ship is blackened. We were on fire. We took torpedoes. We took a citadel. We took a bunch of little shells from the Bajoni, who ran away like a coward. Come back here. He's behind the island. We'll get him. We'll get him. If he ever shows his face again. I do have access to the scout plane, and I'm just barely in range of the New Mexico. For instance, the New Mexico cannot fire on my ship. We just outrange him by about 2 kilometers. Now, I don't think... Yes, indeed. I shot a little bit too long, right? It's a slow ship, but it's not that slow. And I always treat it like they're almost stationary, because that's what it feels like. U.S. battleships are just such a pain for me personally. This is a personal thing. I cannot stand slow things at anything. I've got to be at least average to extremely fast to really enjoy my experience with the game, just in general. And I was going for the North Carolina, I was going for the Iowa, I was going for the Montana. It is definitely worth it now. But boy, is that U.S. battleship line a chore for someone who doesn't like it. And this enemy warspite, he's showing a broadside, but he's going to die to torpedoes. Definitely going to die to the torpedoes. Don't need to fire at all. But the Bajoni, yes. I remember you. And look at this lead I'm giving. It's about 10 seconds out. I'm looking for the 16 tick mark. We're hoping that he will continue going the estimated speed, and yes, indeed, that works out. 18,000 points of damage. And I think most of the shells were center mass, so there's nothing else we could have done to improve our accuracy. The RNG factor of the shells dictated that we were going to hit such and miss such and such, but the setup was near perfection, right? we did over, 60% of his life in one salvo. Now this is the real trick. When they're moving away or coming towards you, it's not easy, and it never should be. And I'm just trying to follow it in. I think I missed. Definitely missed to the left. But look at that random. You can't make this up. Random shell disperses into the Bajoni, does 2200. And that was just so random compared to the rest. The grouping is great. It really is a shooter's ship. If you can hit shots, aim true, you will enjoy the ship, even though it's a slug. Or a snail. Or something that's slow. You know, like a turtle. It's a turtle. I like turtles. But I would like a faster turtle. Now, I think we led him in the right direction. He's broadside. This looks good. We only need, what, 2? Oh, yeah. We did it. It feels good. It feels good to take the Bajani out. He probably did 15,000 points of damage, if not more, in fire and HE damage. He was just that annoying pest firing on us the entire time. And Karma came back, my friend Karma. This New York, unfortunately, he's AFK. If he was in the match, probably would have lost my life. That would have been one more battleship that had to be firing on my position. And I'm just going to continue firing. But while I talk about, ooh, nice, 10,000 on the nose. That was pretty good. I think everyone would think that's pretty good. The accuracy is certainly there. It feels like a higher tier ship. Except for the speed. And the armor. And the AA protection. You know what? Only the guns feel like they're a higher tier ship, okay? And that's not bad. I've really enjoyed my games with it. So we got 3 kills. 4 citadels, 80,000 points of damage, and we probably took, we did 1,516 base XP. All the damage done in AP, and we sustained 67,000 points of damage. She's pretty good at taking a little bit of damage here and there, but you can't be as stupid as I was in that moment. Now, that's not the only game. We've got another game, and this time we're bottom tier, and the map is Hotspot, of course. I always read comments, hey, you're playing as a top tier, it's so easy. Yeah, that's the point. Top tier is supposed to succeed when they're top tier. That's how the game's designed. Bottom tier, you're more supportive. It doesn't end up being as entertaining when you can't force your way into a scenario. However, that doesn't mean that a bottom tier can't have an enjoyable time. Even entertaining, and I think this game is entertaining. We see an enemy Hipper, and he appears to be going broadside against our ship. Now, I led him 1.5-ish, and I tried to fire with the prediction that he wouldn't change too much, and of course he does change. We do disperse into his ship and do 1k damage. Just a little bit too much time for the target to react. I don't know if he was reacting to me, if he was reacting to maybe an indicator telling them that a shell is incoming. But the farther away you are, the higher chance that the player will be able to avoid it. And look at what's happening. We've got an enemy aircraft on approach. It's a tier 8 aircraft. So, it's not going to be shot down by me. I might not even take a single aircraft out of the squadron. And that's alright. That is what's going to go on. But we're going to take at least a little bit of fire damage and HE bomb damage, and yes, it's a single fire. Now, I could put the fire out. I'm still trying to decide if I want to put the fire out, because I do expect that I might be the target of the aircraft carrier, destroyers, battleships, and cruisers. It's the Arizona. People are chatting in the chat room. But I decide, ultimately, I want to have the damage control up again. And I want to prevent all the damage. Oh no. This cannot be how it goes down. We've got a Cyclone. I have yet to play Hotspot with a Cyclone. We'll see how this works out. Now, I was committed to going towards the North Carolina. And eventually I am typing it out that I am trying to stick with the NC. And I will try to fire on the enemy Farragut, but I think he's already dead, or very nearly. Yes, he's already dead. He would have been dead to us too, right? That's what you have to feel like. Oh, Hipper, we're going to try and stop. She's a big old girl, though, so it's going to take a little bit of effort. Please. Full stop. I don't want to hit. We might hit the tail. It's going to be close. Oh. Ooh, that was so close. But we didn't touch the Hipper. Not at all. So let's recap the strategy. I am going to try and sail with a teammate, preferably the North Carolina, because he's a big ship, and fire on any target that gets in our way. And there is an enemy trying to capture B. Not detected, though. And I see that the North Carolina, he's coming this way, too. But I guess I just wasn't looking directly at him. And, yep, we're going to slam. I'm so sorry. Midship, slide along, back up. Okay. Well, that wasn't too bad. Could have been a lot worse. An enemy attack front is at A, and it looks like they might move forward into the northern area of A, maybe break out. So I sort of want to keep my guns pointed in that direction. We also need to consider we have to have a 2-base advantage over the enemy. Otherwise, this could go horribly wrong, and nobody wants that. So I'm going to continue forward. We've got a couple battleships, a couple cruisers. We're all together. We should be able to engage the enemy effectively. This should work out just fine if I could keep up. And everyone's gone now. The cyclone has fully set in. It's 8-kilometer range. It's basically you're blind as a bat. You're waiting for a single ship to show themselves, and then everyone's going to fire on their position, right? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ships within this area of influence, I would say. And it's not terrible. If we just move around as a team and take out the enemy, we'll work out just fine. And an enemy battleship or a cruiser is detected at A. The friendly Nagato is engaging him. And finally we get to see he was full life, but now he's about 75%. And there appears to be another enemy ship that is pushing north, and we might catch sight of him. The Atlanta certainly sees him, and the Atlanta needs assistance desperately. Oh, it's a Colorado, and it's a dead man running across the sea. It's missing a couple N's and a couple S's, but the general idea is there. And I try and slow down so the Colorado can catch up. And we're looking for a waterline shot. Come on, give it to me. Give me some citadels, take this guy out. We get 1 citadel for 17,000, along with the 5 shells, of course. We unfortunately lose the Atlanta, lose the Pensacola, and now we're down on ships. But I'm still committed. Let's take out the Colorado. It's going to be a hard time for him to get out of my range. Oh, never mind. He's dead to torpedoes. So, last laugh for the Atlanta. Now we can engage the Cleveland. There's also another enemy ship that is just south of our position. I need to keep moving, though. And again, a friendly ship. What is this? Am I just some sort of traffic cop and you're just using me? The Cleveland disappears, though. Enemy torpedoes, and I think we're going to actually hit a torpedo. Ooh, a Hipper. Ooh, a Hipper is showing a perfect broadside. Is this real life? Can we take him out in one shot? No, we can't take him out. But we did do 17,000. Friendly should be able to follow up and take him down. Friendly should be able to follow up and take him down. Okay. Well, I think we're going to actually have to do it ourselves because apparently he's not firing AP, which is what you want to fire when a target is broadside. HE is... Okay, well, he got him. Okay, fine. Not, sir, you don't need to talk bad. Hey, I want him to succeed more than he wants himself to succeed, okay? It makes it easier for me. Good. Let the hate flow through you for the enemy team. And I want to assist you in taking out this crack pandemonium. He's showing a perfect broadside. Ooh, please citadel him. Oh, he's turning right as I fire. Dang it. We're going to miss everything, are we? Yeah, pretty much. But the Chapayev could use his torpedoes, right? They're right next to each other. He has torpedoes, right? Okay, they're a little bit too close, I think. Oh, this is so awkward. It's like a slow dance of death. the Chapayev should be able to drop torpedoes and annihilate him, but he's not getting an opportunity. Well, you know what? Since the Cleveland is so interested in showing a broadside to my ship, we have to assist him into the next match, and we let it fly, and we take him out for 8,000 points of damage. And that's pretty good. The teammate can capture A, deny the enemy the ability to benefit from A itself. I can move forward and try and engage the enemy Nagato that's just in front of me. It's working out pretty good in this ship so far. I mean, we're low tier and we're doing good damage against the enemy, and a prize is on the horizon. He's showing almost a perfect broadside. He's got a little bit of an angle. So we draw it in just a touch. Looks like the shells are going to fly. Oh, baby. 17,000. And that was only the front guns. We fire the back guns and we get 6,000. So we did 23,000 points of damage in one salvo against that enemy battleship. And here come enemy torpedoes, which is not good. But it doesn't appear to be anywhere close to our ship. So we're doing okay. Reload. He's not engaging us at all. We take this guy out. We can move on to the next target. The friendly Cleveland is firing against the enemy Nagato and taking his attention, which I appreciate. Guns are hot, and let's let it fly. We got superstructure is what I targeted there, and 11,000 points of damage. Not bad. Whenever a target is that angled, you're never going to pin the hull armor. Unless, of course, you're some overpowered battleship. There's nothing like that in the game, right? They would never do that. Where they could penetrate armor that has, like, really good angle. No, they would never do that. So we've got to get a little bit more resourceful with where we place the shell. At least the accuracy is there that we can do that. And 5k left on the target. That should be just enough to take him out. Enemy torpedoes, and what the hell is going on? What is going on? Where's my teammates? Where are the battleships? What happened to them? Why are they dead? We got an enemy Kutuzov. And yes, it's Kutuzov. I look up the Russian pronunciation. Now, I know it's not precise, but it's close enough. Kutuzov is what they're generally saying in the pronunciation examples that I've picked up. Oh, yes. We're going to take a torpedo. Please only be one. Alright. Took one. I used my damage control almost preemptively, because I was on fire, to force out the flood from not sticking at all. So now we got a turbines. This guy has torpedoes. We got a enemy aircraft carrier, 2 destroyers, and this enemy battleship. And all I'm going to try and do is stay as neutral as possible and do damage to the broadside. I really can't do anything else, and I'm hoping my teammates will come and assist me. 13,000, that's a pretty good start. That is a pretty good start. Unfortunately, if I continue with that sort of DPS, it's going to take me at least 2 minutes to take him out, and I fear that I will be dead before then. The New Mexico is under attack from an enemy who is dropping torpedoes, and it looks like there might actually be a torpedo, so I have to make sure that I don't fall into the trap of reversing into the torpedoes. Fire again. We get 8,800. And Iron Confederate. Unfortunately, he is still pretty healthy. He still has a health advantage, and we are on fire. Plus he sent torpedoes, and he did pretty good damage. And I have this jerk of a destroyer on my tail. I could theoretically engage him. Oh, of course. Enemy aircraft carrier. He's going after me. 3 fires. I have to use damage control. I'm going to die. I just want to get as much of the enemy's health with me. And I'm rotating to get the back guns, and it looks like, no. We get 9k, and we basically only had 1 turret have line of sight. And the Benson, ooh. What was that? Either way, we're dead. But I think we did pretty good for ourselves. Now, the enemy has actually captured A. This Sims guy, I think he was going after the enemy Lexington. He saw the last known position somewhere in the southwest side, and he was basically sailing directly on top of that icon. But the enemy aircraft carrier had moved forward to capture A. It would be great if the Sims could take him out, but now the enemy has a 2-to-1 advantage, and this Lexington has got 3 kills, so he knows what he's doing, and that's not good for us. Definitely not good for us. The Sims is firing, and yeah, he's got the target on fire, which is good, but he's doing so little damage to the enemy Lexington. I'm actually surprised that the enemy Tirpitz isn't on a collision course with the enemy Sims. I mean, what else would he go after? But he looks like he's going east, and I don't understand that. So the Lexington, of course, he puts out the fire. Whenever his aircraft squadrons are ready to go, they take off immediately, and he's able to send it back out against the enemy. And all he really needs to do is hit a torpedo, hit a dive bomber. It looks like the enemy battleship is coming back to support him. And anytime oh, wait. There's a destroyer here too. He's in that smoke right now and he's moving it forward. This is not good for the Sims. He took a dive bomber. It didn't hit him. And any second now. There's the Benson. Okay. Sims, you gotta go after that Benson. Sims. Okay. Well, it looks like he doesn't read chat because I said the Benson is close. And pretty much anyone who watches my channel knows you take out those evil destroyers. He's just going to sit in the smoke, benefit from the aircraft carrier scouting behind it, and have free reign to do damage to the Sims, while the Sims is just unloading his damage on the Lexington. As pitiful as it actually is, the game doesn't appear to be winnable, right? So let's just talk about the Arizona. The gun accuracy is noticeable. It is much better than the New Mexico, I would say. The armor, subpar. The AA, below average compared to the US battleship line. So you will be giving up protection. The speed is subpar. It is a slower ship than any US battleship. You have to get the speed signal flags just to bring it up to what you would accept as a reasonable speed. And it's still not reasonable, right? I mean, 22 knots is a joke. You can't play the objective like other ships. Quite honestly, the Japanese fleet is much better at playing objectives until, of course, you get to tier 8, and then they pretty much even out in the speed category. So, overall, she is a shooter's ship. If you have great aim, great aiming system in place where you can lead the target, and most of the time, shells are going to hit where you place it on the ship, it's a great ship. It's going to put the shells where you want it more often than the average, which is the New Mexico, I would say. They're both tier 6s. They're both US battleships. They're both really slow. Their armor is good, but it's not great considering the calibers that you're going to run into. So, we earned Confederate 3 kills, over 120,000 points of damage, 1,310 base XP. I think that's pretty good for a tier 6 and a tier 8 match. And most of our damage done was to battleships, those evil battleships. I hope this video has been informative, empowered you to decide if you want the ship or not. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.